You might think the terminal is only for serious work, or maybe you've never even opened it because it seems kind of intimidating, but what if I told you the terminal can be used for some actual fun? That's right, you can play video games on your terminal, and because all these games don't have intense graphical requirements, it allows them to do a whole lot more as far as simulation goes. So if you're not super concerned about graphics and you just care about great gameplay, some of these games may be for you. So let's get started with our first game. Our first game is Rogue. Rogue is so important to the terminal video game genre that it literally inspired an entire genre of its own. You might have heard the genre of roguelike. That includes games like Hades, Dead Cells, Binding of Isaac, and others. Well, that comes from this 1980 game, Rogue. If you hear me mention a game as a roguelike, it means it was heavily inspired by this game, and to be honest, this list is dominated by roguelikes. The influence of Rogue cannot be understated. Rogue is essentially a dungeon crawler where the dungeon is randomized every single run, and when you die, it's completely game over. You go through multiple levels where you fight enemies such as goblins, you find scrolls, you find gold, and eventually after descending 26 levels, you win the game. Rogue is still a great game and it definitely holds up. However, it's no longer being updated, whereas a more modern version of this game like Nethack is still being updated and is heavily inspired by Rogue. Nethack, which was released in 1987, basically took the concepts of Rogue and gave it steroids. In Nethack, you can pick your character's race, role, gender, and alignment. It also gives the world an entire background, and your character has a backstory. It plays very similarly to Rogue, but with way deeper simulation, like you can even kick doors down, which can either hurt you or the door. Or you can even engrave something into the ground, and when you come back, it'll still be there, but the more you walk over this spot, the more letters start to disappear. So Rogue and Nethack are very intricate games where honestly you kind of have to research just to be able to play the game, but that's part of the fun. So now why don't we switch our focus to something a little more simple with Tetris. Tetris was created in 1984 by a Russian developer, and it's the best-selling game of all time. I'm sure you played this game before, but have you played it on your terminal? There are many different versions of Tetris on the terminal, but the one that I decided to play was Tetris. I find myself playing this game a lot when I'm either waiting for something to compile or just straight up bored. To be honest, I think this game is timeless, and I don't see myself ever losing the itch to play every once in a while. But not all terminal games have to be made in the 80s. Arguably the most popular game ever made for the terminal is Dwarf Fortress. Development started in 2002 and was finally released in 2006. It's a simulation game that simulates literally everything. It has geology, weather, it has politics, emotions. Your players can get injured in specific parts of their bodies. It is one of the most thorough simulations seen in any game ever. The goal of the game is essentially to maintain your fortress of dwarves. You're supposed to keep your dwarves alive and flourishing. However, there's no way to win the game, and like many Dwarf Fortress players always say, losing is fun. To this day, the game is still being updated for the terminal. It is completely free to play. However, they did release a version with graphics on Steam for $30 in 2022. That version of the game has sold over 1 million copies, and the developer said they earned more in a few months with the Steam version of the game than they had in the 15 years combined before Steam. If you really enjoy the game on the terminal, you can support the developers by buying it on Steam. Next, I want to talk about one of my personal favorites. This is Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead. Cataclysm was originally created in 2010, but the developer abandoned it in 2012. This led to the community forking the game and creating Dark Days Ahead, which first released in 2013 and still gets regular updates today. The game is essentially an open-world roguelike survival game where you're dropped into a zombie-infested world and get to scavenge, craft, find water, find food, build vehicles, and maintain your sanity, and try not to get too injured by the zombies, and try to survive as long as you can. Every run ends differently, but ultimately, everyone dies. Kind of like real life. So throughout the video, I've covered a lot of great games with a lot of depth that you can play for hours on end. But now I want to turn your attention to simpler games. We're going to do a little rapid fire of some of my favorite simple games that don't have too much depth but are fun to just kill some time. The first game I want to talk about is Ski. Ski's been a game on the terminal since at least the 1980s. It's essentially like a turn-based game where you ski downhill and try to survive as long as possible without hitting any trees. Next up is Snake. Snake is a remake of the classic terminal game Snake. I'm sure you've all played this game before, and it plays just as well on the terminal. The next game is Buggy. Buggy is a game that's been around since the 80s and is very similar to the Chrome Dino game. In this game, you're driving a buggy and you have to avoid obstacles and jump over craters. Next is Sail. Sail is essentially like Sea of Thieves, except it's not open world, it's not 3D, it isn't multiplayer, but what it is a lot of fun. You fight enemy ships, you can adjust your sails, fire cannons. It's a very strategic, turn-based game. And finally, I have Robots. Robots is a very simple game where essentially you have robots chasing you on a grid. You move one square at a time and you try to survive, because if they touch you, you die. And you kill the robots by making them crash into each other. It's a fun game that I like to play to kill some time. All the games I talked about in this video will be down in the description below. I highly recommend you play some of these games. They probably inspired some of your favorite games that you play today. They're also extremely lightweight, so they can run on pretty much any hardware. So if you have an old laptop running Linux, feel free to run these games. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. If you enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them, please leave a like. It really motivates me to keep going. Well, that's it from me for today. My name is Slacks. I hope you have a great day.